Hello everyone, I'm Cheyenne Collins from paranormalactivia.tumblr.com, and I'm here to make a video for the 3rd-year anniversary for my best friend's death, Jarod Faulk. Last year, as you may remember, I made a video, a Tumblr secrets video, about him and all the secrets that we had and why he had such a big impact on me. If you want to watch that video from last year, I'll put it down in the description. And this year, well, I mean every year, I write him a letter telling him what's happened in the past year, what he's missed, and what would happen if he was still here. This year, instead of writing it down on paper, I figured I'd share it with you, my viewers. And I feel like it's important because I felt like I should keep up on my promises to always keep him involved, no matter if he's not physically here anymore. So, I guess it's like a vlog update, I guess you could call it, from what happened since the 19th of December in 2010. So here goes nothing. Since last year, when I was 15, I made the video, and it had a big impact on me, because I realized for 2 consecutive years my best friend was gone. And from that point I felt really lonely, and I didn't trust a lot of people that I met online. But since then I've been building on my trust, and I've been building on things, and I grew as a person. I became more mature, and I started branching out. And I've just let myself grow, basically. This year I'm graduating as a junior, and I'm 16 years old, so I'll get my GED when I'm 16 years old, which is a big step for me, because me and Jarod always talked about whenever I graduate from high school, we'd move to Canada together to avoid Obama. Yeah, I feel like it's really important for that. Another thing is I started driving a couple weeks ago, and I feel like that's important because Jarod would always come to sneak me out when we go on late night Sonic runs and everything, and we'd just always hang out. But now I can drive, and I feel like if he were still here, it wouldn't just, well, it'd probably still just be him driving me around, but it's just something I'd like him to know. Since last year, on May 2nd, I got my boyfriend for soonish 8 months. His name is Ben Lawrence, and he's my most recent best friend, and I trust him with my life. And if Jarod were still here, I'd make it a point for them to know each other. And Ben does know a lot about Jarod and what happened between us. And I feel like if Jarod were still here, they'd still be my 2 best friends, and I'd want them to be close because they're 2 people that are very important to me. Since Jarod knew me last, whenever he was still here, I've changed a lot. I've matured a lot. I got into different music. My whole personality branched out, and I feel like I'm a completely different person since 2008. And of course, that's a long time span, of course, and people do grow, but I feel it's essential for him to know that. And since his death, I just feel like it's time for me to move on, this being the 3rd year. That his death shouldn't be having the impact it has on my life today. I mean, I still have memories of him and everything, like when it rains really hard and it's storming. I remember he'd be the one I'd talk to. So every time it rains, he's always on my mind. And whenever people make mistakes that he would make, I always tell them to watch out, and I always get guarded whenever they bring things up like that, because it took away my best friend's life, you know? It's just, I'm always really cautious, and I feel like it's time for me to move on, and I'm not gonna forget him. I can't forget somebody like that. He's my best friend, and he had such an impact on my life with what happened and everything. I just can't forget something like that. He'll always be in my heart. but I can't let him have the same impact and keep holding me down. I feel like if he were really looking down on me, he'd want me to move on and to be happy and learn from his mistakes, not punish myself for them or punish anybody else or just regret doing things I'd want to do. And I just feel like it's time to start a new chapter in my life and start thinking on my own person, not thinking this is what Jarod would do. He'd be here with me right now if this is something I'd be doing with Jarod. But it's just that moment where you realize you have to wake up. And one more last thing before the video ends, because I'm sorry this is terribly long. A girl messaged me here on YouTube a couple months ago, telling me about Jarod's friend, who I was informed who was driving a motorcycle and was convicted of manslaughter, as I said in my last video. She told me that evidently I was wrong, and I'm sorry. I was just reporting what I knew from the obituaries and the news reports and what people had been saying. I didn't mean to offend anybody, but I don't take any of it back. I'm just reporting what I know. So if you're watching this, I'm sorry, and feel free to message me if you like, but I'm not sorry for what I said. Alright, I'm sorry this is a really awkward ending, but bye, I guess.